Okay, hello everyone. This is Sharonda, and this is my podcast and YouTube channel all in one. I decided to start a YouTube podcast today entitled Spiritual Sense. So, today is Sunday, which is August the 18th. In this podcast, I go over topics involving the paranormal, occult, supernatural. I do on Sundays what I refer to as spiritual readings, which is essentially tarot card reading. I do light and dark on Sundays. Tuesdays I'll be doing a 3, 6, or 10 card Celtic cross reading. And then on Thursdays I'll be doing my astrological element readings. Now I'm gonna try to stick with the schedule, but if it does not permit that I am able to record on those days, it will be on different days. So again, this podcast, YouTube all in one, is for entertainment, informational, and sometimes educational purposes. It just depends on which episode you may listen to. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to proceed with the light and dark reading for today. So for the light and dark reading, I'm going to use for the life part of the reading. I am going to start with my Urban Tarot, and then I'm gonna do a 3 card with my Urban Tarot, and then I'm gonna do a 3 card with my Mrs. Cleo's Power Deck cards. Alrighty, so we have 1, 2, and let's get another one, 3. Again, it is for entertainment purposes. It is for entertainment purposes. So I'm trying to figure out what topic I am going to speak on today. What topic am I going to speak on today on this podcast YouTube platform? All right, we got 1, 2, and 3. Well, between now and the close of this episode, hopefully I will get that revelation as to what you know what, I thought of a topic that I was going to speak about. So I think what I'm going to speak about today is revelation analysis. Is what I'm going to entitle the topic for today, revelation analysis. And again, it's not a biblical nor religious podcast, although I may bring up the biblical text. This is my spiritual sense. All right, so let's proceed. I have fortitude, I have seducer, and I have hierophant. Fortitude, seducer, and hierophant. If you're able to view. Now, the fortitude has the number 9 there. Well, the 9 relates to wisdom, fruition, and achievement. What is fortitude? I'm having to look up these words, so continue to look these words up. So do bear with me. Fortitude, courage in pain and adversity. Courage in pain and adversity. The next card I have here is Knight of Cups. Cups has a lot to do with what relates to feelings and emotions, creativity, relationships, intuition, and compassion. Knight cards are action oriented and focused on the voyage. These cards can represent young adults. The next card I have here is the Hierophant card, which has the number 5 there. Stress, conflict, and stability. The Hierophant card also is a representation of what? I honestly believe this reading I feel is in relation to somebody who may have some disconnect from your beliefs. If that makes sense to anybody, Like you because you have went through some things, some hardships in life. That's what it lets me know. And I have the seducer card here. Temptation. I'm going to say what that card is in relation to. Some temptations and the Hierophant card in this situation, I'm going to say a disconnect in what you believe versus what is. We will all go through these things. You may be an atheist. You know, I mentioned before in a podcast that I felt as though at one point in time that I was an atheist. I think we all will go through a phase in life where we feel as though God is not listening, He does not care, or there is no concerns. He ignores us. Ultimately is what I'm getting at. I feel as though you may be feeling that same way. Is this normal? I don't think it's necessarily normal, but I do feel as though it's more common than people will let on to now. Now let's go ahead. We're going to pull out. Now, I also like to mention that I do my readings differently than anyone else. So this is just how I do my tarot cards. Now, with the Mrs. Cleo Power Deck card, we have 20 there. Have Judgment card. Judgment. I honestly feel as though you, like any other person, feel went through some trying times, as we all will do, to where you felt judged. You felt judgment came against you. We all will feel this way. I want to let you know that that is normal. The next card I have here is Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Again, so the queen cards are a nurturing and emotional feminine energy. These cards can represent a mature woman. So I do believe that this card is a representation of someone who may be older, and this is how you felt. Um, Something lets me know some things have happened in your past to forefront. I get a little bit sense of bitterness, if that makes sense. Like you may be a little bit bitter about being held back. So something lets me know you feel as though you was held back. And I feel as though right now you are feeling a lot of guilt. Whoever this reading is for, it could go for. Sometimes these readings are self readings, but something lets me know that you're feeling a lot of guilt right now because I'm going to explain something to you. When I got up this morning, I said, okay, I need to get on my card readings because oftentimes when I get prompted to do my readings, then I begin to meditate on a particular person in it, and that'll kind of gear me towards who the reading is for. Because I had not had any thought of the individual. All of a sudden, I began to take on their emotions. So I do realize that who this reading is for. I have the moon card here. Some revelation I feel has come to you, some secrets has come to you, and I think you're feeling a sense of heartbreak and grief right now. Is what it lets me know. Heartbreak and grief um, is what you're going through. I think that bitterness that you felt has subsided. You have felt bitter, but I think it has subsided now. You're in a grieving process, which is normal. Let's get some love. Let's get love. What does the love cards indicate? Well, we're gonna do the love part, and then we're gonna proceed to um, past history. I honestly feel as though there's a little bit of grief there. So whoever this reading is for, you may have someone that a child I feel that has passed over. That's what it lets me know. This child is no longer um, here. But I got a sensibility of who the reading is for. As I, began to make my coffee, I took on a impression of someone that I know, but we all will have to go through these things. That's just life. Okay. So healing heart. I think the message that this child, or that has, and it may not necessarily be a child, could be an older person, but it's your child. I wanted to know. It says healing heart. I'm not going to read all what's on the card, but I want you to know that they want you to move forward. And I know that may seem as though that's a little bit of, when you're grieving, the last thing you want to hear is somebody telling you to move forward. They want you to heal. That would be the most appropriate thing to say. They want you to heal your heart, because remember me as I was, don't remember me as I died. Oftentimes, when we're going through the grieving process, and particularly if it's a traumatic death, um, or what have you, we oftentimes stay stuck at how they died. I was so much more than how I died. Remember me and my legacy is what I feel as though this message is for whoever who has had a child, particularly an adult child, to transition over. Remember me as I live. I am so much more. I have date here. Now, date in this situation is a particular date. There is something significant. So I also feel as though date is in this case is like a date. Something significant about a date that is about to come up. You would know that. Whether it's a birth date, your birth date, or some date. Maybe it's an anniversary to their death, but it's something in relation to a date. That's what it lets me know. They're going to give you a sign that they're coming around. Now, I think you may have felt a disconnect, because you know how oftentimes we may hear of stories on TV or people out in the community about, oh, he came around soon after. Something lets me know that the person did not reach out to you, but they will, in a spiritual sense. And it's going to come in such a way to where you would know that it's them and it's not your own thought process, is what it lets me know. So when they come around, it's going to be significant to a date. Okay. Not today. Not today. Um, so it's going to be specific to that date. And that's the reason why they didn't come around when you wanted them to come around to give confirmation that things are okay. They're going to come around in due time, is what it lets me know, based on these cards, based on the rating. So this is to heal your heart, to heal your heart, and don't feel judged. We all will feel judged about something. We all will feel a disconnect. That is, um, it's common. It's more common than you will know. All right, so let me go ahead. I'm going to pull out some past history here. One, two, and I'm going to stay towards the middle and get this card here. All right, imprisonment and slavery, wisdom, wars and battles. So I honestly feel as though some things may have transpired. It lets me know that you're constantly consumed with the negative. This is what I feel as though this person wants to convey to you. You are consumed with the negative, the fights, the battles, the arguments, the things of that sort. They want you to know, move forward from that. Heal your heart is what it wants you to know. They also want you to know, I have the fortitude card here, is that we are in a spiritual warfare. So you got to understand that that's the cycle of life. Death is something that most people don't want to welcome, they don't want to talk about, but it has to happen. It's what this person wants me to convey to you. And if you continue to focus on the negative of death and don't move through the grieving process, that's what the enemy wants you to do. The enemy wants you to focus on the negative to where you yourself will end up transitioning. And you got to understand that life goes on. I understand your feelings, is what I feel as though they want me to convey to you. I understand your feelings. I understand how you feel. But there's so much more to you right now. You won't be any good if you continue to lay in pity. I don't feel as though this person wants you to feel any pity for them. Wisdom, wisdom. So I do believe in relation to this card here that they're going to give you some um they're going to give you a sensibility about something. Something is going to be revealed to you at this date. You will know what that date is because I have the wisdom card here. Whether it's a secret, it could very well be a secret because, as I mentioned here, I do have the moon card to show up here. So it could very well be a secret, but it's going to be something that they're going to reveal to you. I have imprisonment and slavery here. Um, so I honestly feel as though something that they've been keeping on the inside, I feel, is what that is relation to. Something that they've been keeping in that they carried to them even in death. That's going to be revealed to you. That's what I feel is what that card represents. All right, so we're going to proceed with thoughts, faith, and belief card, which are essentially my Celtic cards. Um, it's something that they want you to know because this is a light and dark reading. So, which essentially is illumination and revelation. Reading, meaning something to enlighten you and something to reveal. All righty, so let's pull out the Celtic cards. Let's see what we have here in terms of thoughts, faith, and belief. One, two, and three. All right, so what is the thoughts, faith, and belief? And we're going to proceed. Have the moon card show up here. Again, let's read what the significance of the moon card is. Secrets, illusion, mystery, intuition, subconscious. I honestly feel I have the number 18 here. 1 and 8, which would be 9. Wisdom, fruition, and achievement. 1, beginnings, opportunity, individuality. 8, action, success, and recognition. I do believe this person wants you to honor them, recognize them, but I honestly feel as though they don't want you to, how can I put it? There's nothing wrong with grieving. I can't tell you to grieve, but what I can tell you is this person don't want you to um, feel any pity over them. That's what I feel. So the moon card shows up again. Something is going to unveil, is what it lets me know. So we're going to get into the dark reading, which essentially is going to give the revelation a little bit towards, and you're going to get that revelation at a date that is significant. You will know what that date is. The next card I have here is Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. As you can see, this person is laying down here. You got all these swords, and then you got all this energy here. Okay. It was some negative energy I feel that was coming towards this person, and I think they're able to foresee that negative energy coming towards you as well. And this is not to make you paranoid or anything of the sort. It's just to give you guidance from the other side. I honestly feel as though this person who transitioned over was out of their league, and some things you can't tell people because they're beginning to think that you're crazy. So I feel as though they're going to come around you and they're going to guide you and give you a higher sensibility from the other side, if that makes sense. Now, the nine cards relates to wisdom, fruition, and achievement. Swords relates to the mind and intellect, action, knowledge, power, and change. Um, Based on me pulling this nine of swords card here, I honestly feel as though you are in a spiritual battle. That's what I feel. Could very well be a psychic attack. I do have a podcast episode that is on Spreaker.com under my name, Sharonda King, where I speak about spiritual attack or psychic attack, or you can refer to it as spiritual attack, whichever one. Mind versus body and soul. I honestly feel as though this is what you're experiencing right now. I feel as though this is what this child, adult child that has transitioned over, experiences as well. And she wants me to let you know, I do feel as though I'm speaking to a she, could go for a he as well. That is God has a lot of us shielded in spiritual shield, shielded in this life experience to where we only see things at our capacity. And that's not to say that you're stupid. No, because there's a lot of things she wants me to mention to you that she didn't know. And it take going through trials and tribulations to get that insight. That I will enlighten you and shield you from things that is to come. Because there's going to be a change or shift or transformation to come. It's what I feel as though this person wants to convey to her mother figure, or something of the sort. Okay. Now the next card that I have here is Justice card here, as you can see. Um, so what is the Justice card? Well, fairness, finding balance, decisions, and legal matters. So there could be something coming up in terms of legal matters with you, and they're going to give you a sensibility of how you can overcome those despite of. Right. So let's get a little bit about family history. Let's get a little bit about family history. You'll begin to see that with the cycle of life, history oftentimes what repeats itself, and you could very well be a self-fulfilling prophecy and not know it. Okay? All righty. Now, let's go ahead. I'm going to pull out this card here. I do believe that is something significant to family history that this person once conveyed to you. All right, so we have the chalices card here. It looks like, I don't know if that's the Queen of Chalices. This is a minor arcana card, so we're going to go all the way down to the chalices. They want to convey something via this card. And that's why I use the Egyptian tarot card, because although I can just do a reading, and I will in the future, just do readings with my Egyptian tarot card, but they are so complex of cards, and I may incorporate just doing just an Egyptian tarot reading related to family matters or family issues or what have you. I may proceed to do um, readings 5 or even 6 days a week, live on one day. love reading on one day, past life and family on one day, thoughts, faith, and belief. It just depends. I mean, that's what makes it so unique. You can kind of do with it what you will. All right. All right. So let's proceed down to the chalices. Let's go up. Let's go up a little bit and see which of these cards. All right. So this is actually the king of chalices, which essentially is cups. Now, cups is what relates to feelings and emotions, creativity, relationships, intuition, and compassion. So it says the Lord of Bounty. The Lord of Bounty. Similar to like a bounty hunter, if you were able to view this card like a bounty hunter, so it could very well be something going on in terms of legal matters, but it lets me know that it's more spiritual than you would know. If that makes any sense to anybody. Um, I'll give you my innate revelation that just came to me in my dark reading. A sovereign is seated on a high back chair in a relaxed attitude. So something lets me know there's going to be some deception that comes towards you, is what I feel. I already have a sensibility as to what this deception is, but okay. So the positive, this is what is in the situation: man of medicine or letters, man of medicine or letters, established professional person who helps the current. That's what it mentions here. This is what comes towards you. Negative. Conflict with the powerful man, loss of credibility and scandal. That's what it lets me know. All right. So you would be the one to be the judge of that. We're going to get into the dark reading at the close of this one. I'm not going to do yeah, for time purposes, I'm not going to do a soul truth card today. I don't think it's appropriate for this particular reading, but I do feel as though it is pertinent for me to get into my dark reading at the close of this one. Alrighty. So, what is the soul's truth? All right, let's pull back up my streaming. It's purpose, body work. Your life purpose involves body work, such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. I do believe you mostly need energy healing. Okay, energy healing is what it lets me know. Let's get you healing. What? Let's get you healing. Uh, Oracle. Let's get you healing Oracle. So it lets me know. Let's get your healing Oracle. What card am I focused on? What card am I focused on? I'm gonna save this one. Focus on that one. Alrighty. Goodness. As you can see, that leaf or spear there. Um, I overcome my imperfections, polish my character, and feed on the positive. Thus, I free myself, allow my goodness to manifest and become a source of joy. Through gentleness, I offer unconditional support and understanding and love to myself and others. So, this is what your healing oracle is. That's what it lets me know. Now, let's get your angel card read here. I show us three negative forces surrounding you, three negative forces surrounding you in this reading. Three. Alrighty, so what am I focused on? Mm, one of these cards that are here. Alrighty. Clear intentions. Archangel Michael, be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. That's what it lets me know. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to proceed with the dark reading. Again, this podcast and Facebook podcast, YouTube channel, all in one, is for entertainment purposes. At the close of this podcast, I will be at the close of this episode, for the topic for today, I will be discussing revelation analysis. All right. So stay tuned for that. All right. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to pull out we're going to proceed well, pulling out. I'm going to just go ahead and pull out all of my cards for the dark reading, and then I proceed to do the reading. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to try to bring this to a close within the next 10-15 minutes. So I'm just trying out. I started a podcast again on my YouTube channel. They do have the option where you can podcast. So I decided, okay, well, let me go with this. All right, so let's see. I'm going to pull out 1, 2, and we're going to say 3. 3 of the dark cards here. All right, and also 3 of these. Three. Something significant with. Now these are what I refer to as demonic cards. I say dark energy, negative energy. Even some people may get offended by me saying dark. Okay, revelation cards. How about that? Negative energy cards. Alrighty, and we're going to do the Moonology card to get a sensibility about what the energy space is in terms of the moon. Moon, I feel, is revelation. The sun is illumination. That's what I feel. The sun is illumination. The moon is revelation. Now that's what sensibility I got. All right, so we're going to proceed. Let's go ahead and get these pulled out. So, what does this family member wants to reveal to you? Well, I wouldn't know that because, as I mentioned, that will come to you because that's your own personal message from this family member. So, I wouldn't know necessarily what that is, but what I will tell you is that they have something to tell you. Is what I feel, and that's what it lets me know. I'm going to say that it's you are faced with some challenges. That I will tell you. And I'm honestly going to tell you that I think deception is going to come your way, and she's going to be a voice of reason to you. Something also lets me know is something financial, something legal related as well. That because I had the justice court to come up. Um, Judgment is what I feel. Let me not backbite on what I said. The judgment card came up here. I think it's a judgment in terms of good judgment versus not. If that makes sense to you, Because I do believe that some energies are going to come towards you, and she's going to be able to guide you, if that makes sense to you. Like some energies are going to come to you to deceive you or even perhaps set you up, and she's going to come to you and that's God way of showing you that it is authentic and it is coming from this loved one who has transitioned over. All right, Ace of Wands. Um, well, the Wands cards relates to willpower, life force, passion, creativity, ego, and personality. I honestly feel as though the key word here is life. Life. Something in relation to your life is what it lets me know. That's what I feel. Okay? A spiritual attack regarding your life. The next card I have here is this card here. Now, it speaks volumes. It speaks for itself. It speaks volumes. It speaks for itself. Something towards your heart is what it lets me know. And I do believe that in a figurative matter is what I feel. I also have the King of Swords here. King of Swords. That's what I gather from this here. King of Swords. Let's read the King cards. King cards are established, in control, and see things through to the end. These cards represent a mature male. Swords relates to the mind and intellect, action, knowledge, power, and change. I think this King of Swords card is a representation of this character that showed up. Where is it? Where is that character that showed up earlier? Right here. I'm sorry. Because this is the King of Chalices. I think this is a thirsty person. Somebody is going to try to exploit you, is what it lets me know. Someone is going to try to exploit you, going to give you some false information, and they're not concerned. That's what it lets me know. Truly not concerned. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I do. I hate to make it seem as though my readings are always negative, but they're not. They're not. But this here is a shady character. Whoever this King of Chalices, who also comes back up as the King of Swords. This is a shady character. Whoever this individual is, it's a shady character. I have the Hare Moon 14 propagating energy. Propagating energy. What is propagating? Well, I'm going to look that word up. I know what propaganda is. What is propagating? Propagating. It says it's a verb that means to cause something to increase or continue, usually through reproduction. I honestly feel as though that in itself lets me know that whoever this person is, it's about numbers. It's not about um, care. If you want my honest opinion based on what I pulled here. So let's go ahead and let's going to pull out the three negative forces cards. They're demonic for cards, but it's giving you a synopsis about negative energy. Well, the first one I have here says Two of Pentacles, Amon. Reveals the past and the future, reconciles friends and enemies. So notice how the present is not right here, because I believe it's someone not from your past, not from your future, but sits right here. Okay. Two relates to unity, balance, and partnership. Pinnacles relates to material aspects of life, career, finances, business, and possession. I honestly feel as though it has nothing to do, even though oftentimes we may feel as though because we want to live and we want to have a good living, and oftentimes people get consumed with things, money. I don't think it has anything in this reading to do with financial, if that makes sense to you. I'm going to say that you have some energies in this life existence. Depopulation is their agenda, is what I'm going to tell you. And I feel as though whoever this energy space is such as that. Has nothing to do with financial. Okay? I don't feel that way. The next card I have here, it says Seven of Swords and Dromalus. Dromalius. Seven relates to insight, spirituality, and contemplation. Um, Swords relates to the mind and intellect, action, knowledge, power, and change. I honestly, you ever heard of the term Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, or mad scientist? I honestly feel as though this energy space that I'm picking up is something similar to a mad scientist, if that makes any sense to you. Like somebody who has the desire has left them, and no one has the balls, as we would say, quote unquote, to let this person know you need to leave this da 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 da. So they'll continue to let people to fall by the wayside because of feeling of being retaliated against, ostracized, judged, or what have you. Because many people around this individual, I feel, has done such as that, has failed by the wayside for coming against this energy. That's what it lets me know. This energy space. It says return items and punishes thieves, reveals hidden treasures. So this person is demonic. This person will look you up. This person will put you on Front Street, is what it lets me know. All right. The next card I have here is Ten of Pentacles, Barbados. 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 10 cards, renewal, fulfillment, end of cycle. Pentacles relates to material aspects of life, career, finances, business, and possession. Again, I don't feel as though this energy space is um, is driven by things or even money. I don't feel that way. I honestly feel as though this person has a depopulation agenda, is what I feel. It doesn't matter about the things. Um, it says understand the tones of animals, uncovers treasures hidden by magicians, reconciles friends and enemies. Notice how we have this same reconciles friends and enemies together. So I'm going to tell you all in a nutshell. I believe this is the angel dove coming towards you, is what I feel. And get you by your innate um, things that you have done that no one really cares about or even knows. And if you entertain these energy space, they will make it seem as though they know when they truly don't know. By way of social media, the TV even, They hear it over and over again, and when they get around you, they repeat it as though they know, but they truly don't know, is what it lets me know. So you're going to have a discerning spirit as to how they will take something and manipulate it to their advantages. Okay? She's going to give you that revelation by a date. Okay? That's what it wants me to know. Prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. Says prosperity lies ahead. So this person is going to let you know how those energy spaces are able to attain the energy spaces that's under this individual's um, space. Because I do believe we're speaking of someone who's above the king, but his henchmen or the taunts that's around here is to give you a sensibility as to how they feel. All right. So you got to realize that you got energy spaces out here that are seeking to steal, kill, and destroy under the name of quote God. New moon in Taurus. Well, revelation is coming to you. Taurus, significance of Taurus is what? Persistent, dependable, powerful, stubborn, possessive, materialistic, rules the second house of possession. So I think this is the energy space that is coming towards you, is what I feel. Those energy spaces I feel are coming towards you by a certain date, and you have to begin to recognize that energy space. All right. Um, let's go to the houses. For time purposes, we're going to go to the houses. Second house of possessions. I honestly feel as though this energy that I just mentioned, this King of Swords and King of Chalices, um, he himself does not feel that way, but I do believe that the taunting spirits that are around this individual are such as that, if that makes sense to you. Alrighty. So let's go down to the second house. Alrighty. So it mentions the second house covers all matters related to your immediate material and physical environment, taste, scent, sound, touch, sight. The second house also rules income, money, self-esteem. I think the key factor here is self-esteem. In other words, some things that you are still um, dwindling over, worry over, and how the enemy can um, exemplify or amplify that to break your spirits, what I feel. Something they really could care less about, if that makes sense to you. But because this is how you feel and this is how you're made to feel, okay, well, we'll go along with it, if that makes sense to you. All right. So it says, what do you value? Look to the second house for clues about your personal possessions, your ethics. The second house has similar qualities to Taurus, the second sign of the zodiac. Here is where you will tenaciously stand by your beliefs and traditions, sometimes stubbornly refuse to evolve. Since the throat is governed by the second house, you will discover your voice and learn how to speak up for your needs, what it mentions. So the key thing here is learning to speak. Don't let someone dictate some things that are minute and amplify it, because this is what the enemy likes to do. Valuing yourself is also second house material. Look to this chart sector for information on building your self esteem. On a core level, This is Zodiac Zone of Self-Love, the kind that comes from positive self-talk and engaging in life-affirming day-to-day activities. So I honestly feel as though um, this is something significant to you, whoever this reading is for. This is what I feel as though they're wanting to convey it to you. Okay? How to move forward. And they will um, come to you by a date that is significant that you and this person will know about to give you encouragement because I do believe some negative energies are coming towards you. All right. So I am going to go ahead and conclude this episode of Spiritual Sense. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you're more than welcome to comment below. Until then, have a safe and wonderful day. Good day.